Welcome back, everyone, to another insightful episode of the A to Z English podcast. I'm John, and we are thrilled to have you join us again today.
Hi, everyone. I'm Sarah. It's great to be here with you. We've been on quite a journey, haven't we? In our last episode, we explored how consistency and practice is key to learning English. Today, we're taking that one step further, diving into some advanced techniques to really accelerate your progress.
That's right, Sarah. Today's episode is all about pushing the boundaries of what you can achieve in your English learning journey. Whether you're looking to improve your fluency, expand your vocabulary, or fine-tune your pronunciation, we've got some powerful strategies that can help.
And what's great about these techniques is that they're not just for the classroom. These are methods you can integrate into your everyday life, making the learning process more organic and, most importantly, more enjoyable.
1. Advanced techniques for improving fluency. Let's kick things off with fluency. Fluency is more than just speaking quickly. It's about speaking confidently, fluidly, and naturally. One method that advanced learners often use is shadowing. Have you heard of it, Sarah?
Absolutely, John. Shadowing is when you listen to native speakers and try to imitate their speech in real time, copying not just the words, but their rhythm, intonation, and even their pauses. It's like walking in their linguistic shoes.
Exactly. And this method really helps with the flow of conversation. You can try shadowing with podcasts, news reports, or even YouTube videos, any content where native speakers are talking naturally.
And it's important to remember that it's not about being perfect. It's about immersing yourself in the rhythm of the language, helping your brain to internalize how English sounds in real conversations. Pair this with interactive apps like Speechling or Elsa Speak, and you're really taking fluency to the next level.
Another effective way to build fluency is by thinking in English. Instead of translating everything from your native language to English, try to train your brain to think directly in English. Start with small, everyday thoughts, like planning your day or describing what you see around you, and soon it will feel more natural.
2. Expanding your vocabulary. Moving on to vocabulary, it's one thing to know basic words, but to speak English like a pro, you need a diverse and expansive vocabulary. Flashcards are a classic tool, but to make them more effective, use spaced repetition. This way, the words you struggle with appear more frequently, while those you've mastered show up less often.
That's a solid strategy, Sarah. Another great approach is to focus on learning vocabulary in context. Instead of just memorizing lists of words, read articles, books, or watch videos, and pay attention to how new words are used. This helps you understand not only the meaning of a word, but also how to use it naturally in conversation.
Exactly. For example, reading fiction can expose you to idiomatic expressions and cultural references that you might not encounter in a textbook. And reading nonfiction or technical articles expands your vocabulary in specific fields, which can be especially helpful if you're learning English for work or study purposes.
It's also helpful to keep a vocabulary journal. Every time you come across a new word or phrase, jot it down with an example sentence. Review these notes regularly and challenge yourself to use these words in your writing or speaking as soon as possible.
3. Mastering pronunciation and intonation. Pronunciation and intonation are often overlooked by learners, but they're crucial for effective communication. One of the best ways to improve your pronunciation is by focusing on sounds that don't exist in your native language. For example, English has a number of vowel and consonant sounds that can be tricky.
True, and there are plenty of pronunciation guides and apps like Forvo or Youglish that can help with this. But another great exercise is to record yourself speaking and compare it with native speakers. It's a bit daunting at first, but hearing the difference can be really eye-opening.
And don't forget about intonation. English is a stress-timed language, which means certain words or syllables are emphasized more than others. This gives English its characteristic rhythm, and mastering that rhythm can make a huge difference in how natural your speech sounds.
A good way to practice this is by listening to native speakers and paying attention to how their tone rises and falls, especially in longer sentences. Try mimicking that tone in your own speech. You could even practice with tongue twisters or short dialogues to get a better feel for English intonation.
4. Engaging in real-life practice. All the techniques we've talked about so far are great, but nothing beats real-life practice. If you have the opportunity, try to immerse yourself in environments where you can speak English as much as possible. Language exchange programs or online platforms like Tandem or HelloTalk are fantastic for this.
Exactly. Language exchange partners can help you with conversational practice, and they often give you a chance to learn about cultural nuances that you wouldn't get from a textbook. Plus, it's a great way to make new friends.
And if you're not able to find a language partner right away, you can still engage in online communities. Join forums or groups based on your interests, whether it's music, books, technology, or travel. Not only will you practice English, but you'll be doing so in a context that genuinely interests you.
Speaking of interests, watching TV shows or movies in English with subtitles can also help reinforce both listening and vocabulary skills. Try pausing and repeating lines out loud to practice pronunciation and get familiar with colloquial expressions.
5. Overcoming challenges and staying motivated. We all know that learning a language can be tough, especially when you hit plateaus. That's when it's crucial to stay motivated. One strategy I always recommend is setting small, achievable goals. For example, aim to learn 10 new words a week, or have a 5-minute conversation in English every day.
I agree, Sarah. Breaking your goals into manageable chunks keeps you motivated because you're able to see progress more quickly. Another great way to stay on track is to gamify the process. Language learning apps like Duolingo and Memrise do a great job at that. They make learning fun and reward you for staying consistent.
And when you hit those inevitable challenges, don't be too hard on yourself. Language learning is a journey, and setbacks are part of it. It's important to celebrate small wins along the way. Maybe reward yourself after completing a difficult exercise or finishing a book in English.
Absolutely. And remember, learning a language doesn't happen overnight. The key is persistence. Keep practicing, stay curious, and don't hesitate to explore new methods and resources.
Conclusion. That's it for today's episode. We hope these advanced English learning techniques give you the tools to take your language skills to the next level.
Thanks for joining us. Remember, the more you practice and push yourself, the more confident and proficient you'll become. We'll see you in the next episode.
Until then, keep learning and stay motivated. Bye for now.